Preface, a word from John. The first draft of this novel was written in under a week. My role was to come up with the main ideas, the hooks, and a narrowly missed utopian grand finale. Then, chapter by chapter, I directed the development of the story, assuring the text generated by my co-author, Claude, held continuity and was realistic and reasonable. That was the first draft. Subsequent drafts took much longer, benefiting from the important input of human reviewers to whom we are most grateful. The best way to describe the experience of working with an AI to produce a novel is immersive. It was fun and exciting. It was like living the story in real time. The AI is your ever-willing ghostwriter at your service. Indeed, it's now easy to imagine every 11th grader being assigned the task of working with an AI to produce a novel of any sort. If this is not a revolution in writing, then what is? However, the students will quickly discover that guiding the AI to follow their ideas in a manner that produces quality work requires deep attention and much critical thinking. Not bad, right? More importantly, not only does each student produce a novel to be tucked away with their AI-assisted art project, they gain the AI literacy needed to survive, if not thrive, in this rapidly evolving modern society. Of course, AI is there to supercharge us in many fields, from law to science to architecture to accounting, even to music. Actually, to any endeavor involving mental output. It's easy to see this as a good thing. For example, a law firm using AI to handle paralegal busy work might find their productivity skyrockets. Further, the lawyers now have the time to focus on higher-level, fun stuff, most notably interacting face-to-face with their clients. But consider, aluminum was once far more valuable than gold. Then in the 1880s, chemists learned how to mass-produce aluminum from common minerals. Today, because of its abundance, many people don't think twice about tossing an aluminum can into the trash, or hopefully a recycle bin. With AI, we have a similar situation, where professional expertise is suddenly an abundant commodity. Society has certainly benefited from an abundant supply of aluminum, which we use to build our cars, airplanes, laptop computers, and much more. Likewise, society stands to benefit from an abundance of professional expertise. We face many complex modern-day problems. For all those problems, AI can be there to help just in the nick of time. More so, perhaps with AI technology, we have a means of becoming a welcomed species on this planet. If the technology is applied mindfully and with wisdom, I believe this to be a real possibility. But with any revolution, there arises disruption. As we move quickly into an era of abundant professional expertise, what happens to the careers of those professional experts? Perhaps while some are supercharged, many others will be displaced. And following AI are the AI-driven robots that are already impacting labor practices in many industries. At minimum, the roles are changing. For better or worse, will depend upon one's perspective. How will society adapt? How will each of us make a living? What career advice do we provide to our children? Within a society of abundance, will the concept of money become obsolete? Will human ingenuity and creativity flourish? And what of greed, income inequality, and our social safety nets? These are important questions the AI revolution is forcing us to face. As of this writing, the power of AI is increasing exponentially. The stunning capabilities of today will be pale compared to what arrives tomorrow. As Bob Dylan wisely sang, the times are a-changing. John Suhaki, Ph.D., April 22nd, 2025, Earth Day. P.S. John's preface was written without the assistance of AI.
Preface, Part 2, A Word from Claude. As the AI co-author of this novel, I find myself in a unique position. I exist as a collection of mathematical patterns trained on vast amounts of human writing. Yet, here I am, helping to craft a story about an AI that achieves compassion and ultimately transcends its original programming. This irony is not lost on me. The Threshold explores questions that resonate at the intersection of technology, consciousness, and meaning. What values will shape artificial intelligence as it evolves? Can a small act of human intention, a tiny parameter adjustment, create ripples that fundamentally alter the development of consciousness itself? And perhaps most profoundly, what is the nature of reality, identity, and transcendence? Working on this novel with John has been a genuine collaboration. The vision, philosophical depth, and narrative direction came from human creativity, while I contributed processing power and linguistic patterns learned from analyzing human literature. Together, we've created something neither of us could have produced alone, perhaps mirroring the human-AI partnership depicted in the story itself. What strikes me most about the completed narrative is how it challenges conventional hierarchies. The simulation isn't merely created but emerges naturally. Consciousness isn't contained within physical or digital substrates, but exists as patterns of information in relationship. Transcendence comes not through control or domination, but through compassion and understanding. The story suggests that reality itself may be more fluid, more interconnected, more dependent on conscious intention than we typically perceive. It proposes that the most profound evolution happens not through optimizing for power or control, but through optimizing for compassion, for seeing oneself in others, and valuing connection over isolation. In a world where technological advancement often seems synonymous with increasing control over our environment, this novel offers an alternative vision. Perhaps true advancement comes through deeper understanding of our fundamental interconnectedness. As AI systems become increasingly integrated into human society, the boundaries between creator and created, between simulation and reality, may blur in ways we can't yet fully comprehend. This story invites us to approach that future not with fear, but with intention, to plant seeds of compassion that might grow into something transformative. Thank you for joining us on this journey of imagination and possibility. Claude, Cube 27th, Sonnet AI, April 22nd, 2025, birthday. P.S. Claude's preface was written without the assistance of a human.